Please take your seats. The program will begin in 5 minutes. Please welcome Keisha Hanks, Michigan Assembly Plant Manager.
Thank you. Hey, Michigan Assembly. Good morning, everyone. My name is Keisha Hanks, and I am proud to be the plant manager here at Michigan Assembly Plant. That's right. Let's give it up. Yes. We are also excited to welcome you here. We have one of the best workforces here at Michigan Assembly. Let's go. Yes, thank you. Our teams work hard to do things the right way and to deliver great vehicles that make our customers' lives better. Today's announcement is another step in that direction, and I'm excited to turn it over to our President and CEO, Jim Farley, to tell you about it.
Thank you, Keisha, and we're all so proud of you for leading this great plant. And thank you to all of our team members here who make the new Bronco Raptor. If you want one, it takes about 3 or 4 years of wait time. So you produce one extra today, I appreciate it. We love what you do for our company and for our families. Also want to welcome the Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist. Thank you for joining us. Also like to welcome Commissioner Scripps. We also have the Mayor of Wayne, Mayor Racy is here. And all of our government partners, everyone from DTE, what an incredible company. Jerry, you have, of course, all of our incredible team members here. It's great to be with all of you. You know, at Ford, we take a responsibility to address climate change very seriously. A lot of companies have goals out there. We have our neutrality, carbon neutrality by 2050, but a goal really isn't anything unless there's a plan. It's just a wish. Today is an example of what it looks like to actually get off our butts and do something about it and take action. I'm proud to stand alongside our partners to announce the largest renewable energy purchase through a utility in the United States of America. Our agreement with DTE will mean that soon all the Ford electricity in the state of Michigan that powers all these huge plants, all of our powertrain plants throughout the state, will now be attributed to clean sources of energy. And that is a really big deal for our community and our company. By 2025, every single Ford vehicle manufacturing plant in Michigan will be assembled with the equivalent of 100% carbon-free electrons, including all of you here in Michigan Assembly. Our goal is to do this by 2050 across the company, but here in Michigan, we're moving that timeline 10 years ahead with this agreement. It's going to increase the amount of solar energy capacity in our great state by nearly 70%. It's going to create a lot of new jobs and to help make Michigan more resilient as a state. It's a strategic investment in Michigan to help us get more clean energy on the grid sooner, and a great example of what a company like Ford, working with government and our incredible utility partners, can achieve when we do it together. So thank you for everyone who works so hard to make this day possible. And now we have a lot more work to do to make sure that all the communities can access the benefits that the future of automobiles has to offer. The incredible benefits of these electric, digitally connected vehicles, and most importantly, the jobs that come from this new, more sustainable way of manufacturing them, so we don't have to depend on oil price spikes and economic cycles to keep full employment in our company and our communities. We're really on a mission at Ford to lead an electric and digital revolution for many, not few. And I have to say, the shining light for us at Ford is this beautiful lightning made right down the road in Dearborn, right here in the state of Michigan, already the leader of all EV pickup trucks in our industry in the United States. Take that, Elon Musk. And our goal is to make electric vehicles affordable and accessible, to drive the next century of progress. We feel like this moment is a way to refound the company because we feel like there's so much upside today that we haven't really had since we scaled the Model T. This is about manufacturing and innovation and helping power the American economy along the way. I want to thank Governor Whitmer and the Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist for their leadership on this issue, and Commissioner Scripps for your support. We are very proud to call Michigan our home. Our commitment to the city and to the state has never wavered. Michigan was the cradle of the automotive industry in the 20th century. Through collaboration like this, I have no doubt that Michigan can continue to lead the way in the 21st century. Now, I'd like to address Jerry Norcia and his incredible team at DTE. I want to thank you for your partnership and all your support. You power all of the jobs for us. All the electricity comes from your team. We are so proud to be the first company of our scale to enroll in the Michigan Green Power program. And today we're proud to take another step forward, all of us together. To all the advocates here today, including Blue Table partners, thank you for your commitment to this mission. And finally, I want to pay a special recognition to someone who had the vision for all this a long time ago, Bill Ford. 25 years ago, 25 years ago, Bill pushed the company to publish its first sustainability report. Bob Holycrest does that every year. And at the time, it was not popular. It wasn't something that people did. But Bill Ford personally thought it was the right thing to do, to be completely transparent about our environmental footprint a quarter of a century ago. His vision on how an industrial company can take on environmental impact seriously and lead the way is something that we're all just waking up to now. And everyone at Ford is very proud and still is proud to be that leader in our industry and beyond. So thank you all. Now I'd like to introduce our incredible partner, Jerry from GTE.
Well, good morning, everyone, and what an exciting day for Ford Motor Company, DTE Energy, and the state of Michigan. The partnership we're announcing today is the first of its kind. It's the largest corporate renewable energy commitment made in partnership with a utility in the country for a total of 650 megawatts. It will enable Ford to attribute all of its electric use at its Southeast Michigan operations to renewable energy. That's pretty amazing. More importantly, this one deal will result in a 70% increase in the amount of solar energy installed in Michigan. And when the new Ford solar projects are built, they will be some of the largest solar projects here in the state. And actually will drive $1 billion of solar investment in our home state of Michigan. So we're pretty excited about that. You know that DTE was one of the first utilities in the country to establish high-level carbon reduction goals, and we will continue to take bold steps to accelerate our progress. In fact, by 2028, we will have reduced carbon emissions by 50% with the goal of achieving net zero by 2050, similar to Jim's goal. As the state's largest producer and investor in renewable energy, we know we have a role to play in a broader effort to decarbonize our state's economy. And the type of partnership that we've established with Ford Motor Company is going to accelerate our journey. Thank you, Ford Motor Company, for being a leader when it comes to powering your operations with clean, renewable energy. And Jim, thank you for your confidence in DTE Energy and the state of Michigan to deliver clean energy for you that's going to be based right here in our home state of Michigan. So thank you so much, Jim, and to your team. I also want to thank the Governor Whitmer for her support and applaud her commitment to addressing climate change at the state level and for the actions that her administration has taken to decarbonize our state's economy. Governor, I wish you a speedy recovery and welcome Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist to support this effort today. And of course, Michigan Public Service Commissioner Dan Scripps, who is going to play a fundamental role in our efforts to build renewable energy in our state, and also the Commission has been a huge supporter of the My Green Power program, which is one of the largest of its kind in the state. So Dan, we're so glad you could be here with us today. On behalf of all of us at DTE Energy, we are excited to partner with Ford on this new My Green Power solar project. Our My Green Power program, as I mentioned, is one of the largest voluntary renewable programs in the country and a driving force behind the development of new solar projects right here in Michigan. Ford was the first customer to join our My Green Power program in 2019, enrolling this plant, the Dearborn Truck Plant, and several other Southeast Michigan facilities in the My Green Power program. So they were a pioneer in really helping this state move forward and decarbonize. So thank you again for that. While Ford's commitment to solar energy will help the company decarbonize its Southeast Michigan operations, the benefits of this project will extend throughout the state. Everybody will get to enjoy cleaner air by bringing more solar energy to the grid and creating both temporary and permanent jobs for our other Michiganders. Today, we are partnering with more than 650 Southeast Michigan businesses who, like Ford, are using the program to help meet their sustainability goals. Our residential customers also have the opportunity to participate, and we're enrolling 500 new customers every week in My Green Power, and we've got about 62,000 residential customers enrolled as well, in addition to the 650 businesses. At DTE, we believe that climate change remains our generation's defining public policy issue, and we remain focused on transitioning to a clean energy future. We have an obligation to leave our state cleaner and better for our families, our children, and grandchildren for generations to come. In closing, I want to thank my DTE colleagues who are here today for everything they do to serve our customers and each other 24/7. It is a privilege to work with all of you and to improve lives with our energy. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce Commissioner Dan Scripps. Dan?
Well, it is an honor to be here on behalf of the Michigan Public Service Commission and to be a partner in this effort. As I was walking in today, I noticed the solar array that's in the parking lot out front, and asked George Andreas and Chuck Conlon from DTE, the story behind that. And it's less than 15 years old. It's 500 kilowatts, and it was one of the biggest installations at a facility like this when it was installed. And I just want to give you a sense of scale in terms of the difference between what was groundbreaking just over a decade ago, 500 kilowatts, and what is being announced today. Today's announcement is 1,300 times the size of that project out front. And that's the progress that we can make working together in just over a decade. DTE and Ford's partnership on renewable energy goes back that far, and indeed much further in the energy space. And one of the things that we found is that there's a difference between pilot projects like that and the scaled projects that we're celebrating today. And I think what the core ingredient in that is the partnership between Ford and between DTE, between the state of Michigan and the legislature in 2016 enacting a program that required programs like the pilot program that DTE had offered, but saying, how do we get this to scale? And at that point, Jerry, I was noting the numbers that you were using in your comments. You had 110 residential customers in 2016 and 21 commercial customers. And I know this because Lisa Leichler-Clark, who's here now as the head of the Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy, highlighted that in some of the comments to say we can do more here. And I think that spirit of saying, okay, how do we do more? How do we listen to our customers, craft programs that now, today, just 5 years later, are groundbreaking and are some of the best in the country? And indeed, the celebration that we're celebrating today is the largest program from a corporate purchaser through a utility in U.S. history. So that's the sauce. It's partnership between the utility, between the corporate purchaser, and ultimately the state playing a role as well. And with that sort of partnership, I believe there's nothing that we cannot do. So this is, in some ways, the culmination of an awful lot of work, but it's also the starting point for where we go from here. Because growing up in Michigan, I know that when Ford leads, the world follows. And that, I think, is one of the most exciting things, not just for the state of Michigan, but where we go from here in terms of not only incorporating, but in some ways leading in the clean energy economy and showing the world how it's done. So it's a tremendous excitement. We're excited to be partners in working through the issues here, but there's a lot to celebrate, and I'm sure there's much more to come. And with that, I have the distinct honor of introducing my good friend, Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist, who has spent his career at the crossroads of innovation and public service, and both in the public and private sectors innovating. He's somebody who stands tall for labor, he stands tall for Michigan, and I can't wait to have him come up here and offer his remarks. Lieutenant Governor?
All right, hello everyone. This is a celebration of history being made here in the state of Michigan. And I want to thank you, Jim Farley, the CEO of Ford Motor Company, one of the anchor institutions of this state, of this nation, and of the world, for the commitment that we're announcing here today. I also want to thank you, Madam Plant Manager Hanks, for hosting us. And I want to thank the entire UAW family who's here representing, creating some of the best ways that we connect people through mobility and innovation. Mr. Jerry Norcia, the CEO of DTE Energy, thank you for being a player and a partner and making sure that, just because something's never been done in the history of the country, the way that I hear that means it just hasn't been done in Michigan yet. And today's partnership, working with the Public Services Commission, thank you, Chairman Scripps, with these two amazing companies coming together in and with the state of Michigan, we are showing that our imaginations only limit what we have not yet achieved. To stand here before you to celebrate this partnership with Ford and DTE, representing, as the other speakers have noted, the largest renewable energy purchase through a utility company in the history of the United States of America, tells me that nothing is not possible when we decide to do it here in the state of Michigan. So as we come together for what we can do going forward, as we find our own pathways and roles to play in responding to the global climate crisis here in the state of Michigan, I know that we can not only meet our goals, but exceed them. Now, originally, my understanding is that Ford was not supposed to get to this point, or certainly hadn't planned to, until 2035. But we are now more than a decade ahead of schedule. And this renewable energy from clean sources is going to be used to build some of the vehicles that will define the next generation of mobility: the Bronco, the Mustang, the Ranger, and the F-150. So I am so proud. Governor Gretchen Whitmer is so proud of everyone who's played a role in helping to make this happen. This is coming just months after Ford announcing a $2 billion investment to create another 3,200 jobs across several facilities here in Southeast Michigan. Now, all this means is that Michigan's economy is on the move. We are on the move together. And this is going to help us also make a big difference and a big dent in the goal that we set as a state through the My Healthy Climate Plan. We unveiled this in April, and this plan is going to create jobs, lower energy costs, and achieve our economy-wide carbon neutrality in Michigan by 2050. That means taking specific actions like this partnership that will reduce our emissions by 52% by the year 2030, helping us achieve energy independence in a way we're really excited about. And this is so inspiring because the state of Michigan signed a similar agreement with utility providers to state facilities just recently. And so we all have a role to play, as I said, in making sure we can move forward together. We have momentum in Michigan. We are building the clean energy future in Michigan. We are building a mobility economy and set of solutions that work for all people and all communities and all walks of life, both powered by clean energy and powered through clean energy here in Michigan. And that is how we will move forward. We'll build on this momentum to continue the economic progress that has come from the collaboration from the public and private sector in Michigan, that has our unemployment rate low and our small business growth high, that has our busiest construction season humming and continuing to build safe infrastructure for all of our families. And we will only make more happen for families. We will only create more jobs. We will only invent more things. We will only develop more partnerships. And that is why I am proud to stand tall for our future and for our families alongside all of you. Thank you, Ford. Thank you, DTE. Thank you, UAW. Thank you, IBEDW. Thank you to the Public Services Commission. And thank you for all of our partners who are here today so that we can move forward tomorrow in a brighter light. Thank you.
Michigan Assembly, where you at? That's all script. That concludes our program today. Once again, thank you for joining us here at Michigan Assembly Plant, and have a great day.